Okay, everyone, here we have the Hamilton. I did show you the circuit before, but here I'm going to go ahead and set up the circuit on the Hamilton. Remember, this one had that flow sensor, the extra tubing, and also this one uses 2 bacteria filters. Okay, so let's go to the back. I'm going to connect the power, remember, red outlet. Then our gas source, air and oxygen. And I don't know if I said this before, but whenever you are connecting, using these ventilators, always disconnect the gas source, okay? Otherwise it'll deplete the tanks that are downstairs. This one here and the air filter, the air pressure line does have like a filter on here. It's actually a moisture filter in it. It connects moisture, but we don't have an issue with that because we just have tanks. We have dry gas as opposed to like in the hospitals, they have the big nitrogen tanks that are outside. Those, they might have a little bit of moisture in there, possibly. But anyways, connect those. Okay, power's connected. Okay, let's make sure that I'm still got everything there. Yeah, okay, we're looking good. Okay, so let's get the circuit out. Again, this one doesn't have a holder or circuit arm on the ventilator, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay it on the right over here like that, so it doesn't touch the ground. Hopefully it won't fall down. Anyways, okay, so we have the flow sensor line. Just match the color blue on blue to the patient, and the flow sensor, the clear one on the clear. Again, remember which is the inspiratory one. This is, be careful, make sure all your lines are connected, nothing has come apart. That's one thing you need to do. This goes to the inspiratory, going to the patient. And that is over here on the far left. This other one here, bacteria filter, goes to the exhalation from patient. Okay. And we're all set here. I don't have the test lung on there yet. This one here, remember, you have to look at the back. Let's see if this will turn around all the way. Oh, no, not this. Sorry, Sam, I was thinking this one, you have to turn the power button. Let's go all the way back. Right back here is a little flap. That's how you turn the power on here. Let's turn the whole thing around again. Okay, while the screen is lighting up, I'm going to pause it here. Actually, I'm just going to keep it plain. Okay, so zoom in a little bit on this. And I'm going to bring my the camera a little bit closer so you can see what's going on here. Okay, looks good. Up a little bit. Okay, there we go. Okay, so on this one here, you're going to look at the screen, navigate it for lab 1. You're basically going to connect the circuit and learn how to do it on all 4 ventilators. Okay. Look at the screen. Just want you to see what things look like. This one here is the first screen that you will see. There is a start here that'll start it with whatever default parameters were on there, but we're not going to be starting that. So we'd want to pick patient adult, male or female. This one here, you can dial in your ideal body weight if you know it, which is probably fine to get you started, but you need to know how to calculate the ideal body weight, which we will be doing in class as well. up on the top right here, it'll say modes, and we're going to tap modes. This one, yeah, it's a little pressure sensitive. If you use your nail finger or the blunt end of a pen or something, that would work. These are all different ventilator options. They're all named differently, okay? Compared to the Draeger and the Servo and the 980, they all have different names, okay? They have pressure control. This is pressure control CMV, pressure control SIMV. This is volume, even though they don't say it on here, it is volume control CMV, volume control SIMV. Then there's also some other spontaneous modes where the patient breathes on their own with a little bit of support. Then there's also the advanced modes, APRV and DuoPAP, and all those where we'll talk about them later. That's not something that we really need to focus on here. But anyhow, so this is where you would select, so for instance, we're going to do top one here, CMV. It says S, but this is for volume. We're going to click volume. I think it's already selected. Okay, it's not. And then you got to click continue. Okay, and it'll bring you into the screen where you can input the doctor's orders. Again, doctor's orders generally include respiratory rate, tidal volume, a PEEP, and FiO2, oxygen concentration. There's some other things we'll talk about as well. We have patient trigger. This is a trigger. This is what's going to start an inspiration, and it's you can adjust the sensitivity for the patient to trigger a breath, make it a little easier or harder or whatever. There's some reasons we would do different things for that. There is also a peak flow. This one shows peak flow. Remember, we were talking about the Draeger. It doesn't have a peak flow. It has slope. It's kind of the same thing. And peak flow, you turn the peak flow, it's like your gas pedal. You put your foot down, it's going to make things go quicker. You're going to push that volume of air, the 500 milliliters of oxygenated air into the patient quicker if we have a higher peak flow. And we have flow patterns. You can adjust that from generally it's a decelerating slope flow pattern, which is kind of a more natural breathing pattern. And then there's also a square pattern, which we can adjust that. And there's also another one in there. It's called the sinusoidal waveform, which rarely is used, but most commonly used is the flow pattern. And then again, once you select something, you click the wheel here to accept it. So once we're done, we selected what we wanted, we click confirm. Okay, and now it's like ready to start. We can go ahead and click start, and we connect the patient, or for us, we're going to be connecting the test lung. So that's pretty much what Lab 1 is going to just setting up the circuit, looking at the screen, knowing where all the different things are. And Lab 2 and 3, we're going to get into, maybe 4, getting into putting in some numbers, some parameters. And then we'll be adjusting alarms. Remember I showed you the alarms. Alarm down here. It's on this the top of this ventilator. But these are all different alarms, slightly different than the Draeger. But anyhow, we're gonna close this. So we don't need that anymore. And okay, so we're back to standby. So that's pretty much it for the Hamilton setup and navigating the screen.